Welcome to season 9 of the award-winning Retail Tea Break podcast. My name is Melissa Moore, the Retail Advisor. I'm a retail educator, trainer, and retail conference MC. Each week, as your host, I'll be joined by industry experts, retailers, and brands to dispel the myths, share their knowledge, and give you an insight into the retail industry. You can listen back to previous seasons on your favourite podcast platform, and while you're there, do me a favour, hit that follow button so that you get to listen first every week. You can watch us over on YouTube and subscribe to the Retail Tea Break because you've no idea how useful that is to ensure that I can keep bringing you the content that you love. And remember, sharing is caring in the retail industry. Share an episode across any of the platforms with your network. And if you're on social media, tag me, Melissa Moore, and the Retail Tea Break podcast. So, in the meantime, grab that cup of tea, sit back and enjoy season 9 of the Retail Tea Break podcast. This episode is very kindly sponsored by RevLifter, the smarter way to run promotions that protect your profits. So instead of throwing discounts at everyone and watching margins vanish, RevLifter helps you make promotion budget work harder. Using real customer behavior, it shows the right offer to the right person at the right time, turning browsers into buyers without destroying margins. RevLifter, smart promotions that deliver profit, not problems. So head over to www.revlifter.com and try intelligent offers free for the next 90 days. Go on, you won't regret it. Today, I'm joined by an award-winning marketeer. Her well-rounded international career spans across all key marketing verticals, creative agency, tech and media, entertainment, while pioneering discovery e-commerce at TikTok Shop in the UK. Passionate about engaging with Gen Z consumers, she's known for insight-led, creative and disruptive digital activations that cut through the noise and deliver business and brand growth. You can often find her on stage sharing her insights and forward thinking around the latest marketing, digital and e-commerce trends that shape the industry. Nora Zuskauskate, Integrated Marketing Director at TikTok Shop UK. Welcome to the Retail Tea Break podcast.
Thank you for having me. Very excited.
I'm delighted to have you here. We obviously spoke on stage back earlier in the summer and I was enthralled by what you were saying. I almost forgot I was interviewing you because it was so exciting. I was trying to scribble along at the same time. So now in a nice calm environment, delighted to have you back to talk some more. So look, to kick us off then, in the age-old fashion of the Retail Tea Break podcast, in the time that it takes to boil a kettle, which I am informed is about 2 minutes, tell us a little bit more about you and your background in the industry.
Well, I'm a marketeer, as you rightly introduced me at the beginning, with different sort of spans within the career. So agency side and big multinational brands and supporting them with their global campaigns. Then privately owned and founder-led businesses and helping them to really launch new products into new retailers or into new markets. And now really working across category with amazing business founders, SMBs, enterprise businesses, and helping them to understand this new journey, how consumers shop, but also, working with a lot of amazing creators on our platform and really supporting them on their journey as well. And spreading the word to our app users and consumers across the UK to really embrace discovery e-commerce with TikTok Shop.
It's incredible. Like your history, your background is unbelievable. To now have you kind of driving this movement. And I actually think it's that because you're everywhere. You're everywhere. TikTok Shop is everywhere, but it's so exciting for retail. So look, on that then, TikTok Shop has established itself as a pioneer in this discovery commerce space. It's unbelievable. Why does it work so well, do you think, Nora?
Well, because I think first and foremost, it really helps the connection element, the community building element, right? So if you look back at how retail or a high street operates, and you're walking into the shop and you're greeted by a sales assistant, which might be able to really guide you, advise you, be it a product you want to buy, be it you're something just browsing and looking for, concrete and not specific or specific, etc. So it's really this personal connection and trust you build in that short period of time with someone. And within the rise of e-commerce, really, this personal connection or human interaction has really disappeared from the screen, etc. So I guess the revolution here is that we're helping to reestablish this trust, interaction, personalized approach, and immersive experience back into the online shopping. And that comes really especially be it from two different types of content, which essentially you find on TikTok Shop. So be it shoppable videos, where you can really present the product features, get feedback from consumers from the reviews or from comment section, or from live shopping, where you really build the community and start talking to consumers one-on-one. So I think partly the success comes to bringing that human and personalized and immersive interactive experience within the digital space.
And it's so needed, as you say, because it's become a kind of them or us thing. You have High Street, which is very high touch point, where we have that gorgeous physical interaction that you spoke about. And then you've got a screen, which is flat, where there's no
Exactly.
interaction. And that's what I find so fascinating and so exciting about TikTok Shop is you've brought the two together like nobody else can do.
Exactly. And that was the whole proposition. And another really powerful thing is really having the proposition completely immersed into the digital app, our digital parent app, right? So what we call a closed loop solution, where you enable consumers to discover the products and the brands which they want or need or are fascinated about, select, check out, and continue browsing the content and advocating and producing content within leaving the app. And that's when you have, over 1 billion global users on the app, or over 30 million in the UK users every month returning to. That is really a powerful proposition. But I think another big aspect which we need to mention is from businesses and brands perspective, right? And that's probably the most, for me, fascinating aspect, which I love about my job, and hearing those stories from founders, from small and medium-sized business, etc. It really allowed those businesses to be discovered.
Mm.
And that is really, discovery is really a huge element of our proposition, and why TikTok Shop is so different, because we know that 88% of consumers discover new products and brands in our app while enjoying the content. That is by far the biggest amount as compared to any platform. So if you are small or medium-sized businesses, it's very hard to break through nowadays. That awareness piece, that making sure that you actually get the eyeballs of consumers, and then consumers to try your products and fall in love, requires enormous effort, be it time and be it resources. And therefore, having a platform which lets and allows to really serve the content or about your product, regardless of how many followers you have, is very powerful, because what it does, it really democratizes. Regardless how big or how small the business is, everyone at the start line is equal, if you will. And if you do produce content that the audience enjoys, interacts, loves, it gets served to millions and millions of people. And that's really the opportunity to scale is fantastic and phenomenal, which no other, again, platform has able to offer. And we can hear so many amazing stories, from beauty category, for FMCG category, from home and living category, when founders really started the businesses on the back of being their bedrooms, kitchens, garages, and determinedly produced quality products, started producing content, sharing their stories, and getting the eyeballs. So I think, it's really different aspects. From consumer point of view, is giving them the ability to interact, connect in a personalized way. From business perspective, allowing them to be really the storytellers of their product, brand, business, and giving them the opportunity to showcase their products and brand, and for consumers also discover new products, new brands in a really authentic way. So it's very, like, all this happens with an app which you don't need to leave. So it's very multi-dimensional.
But it works for everyone. And I think this is one I'm so glad you've explained This is why discovery commerce works. The discovery aspect gives you a level playing field. Doesn't matter if you're a massive multi-billion dollar brand or you're tiny, as you said, working from your kitchen, it's there for the taking, but also it's there, which is gorgeous for the customer to discover. And I love that. And it's interesting, you mentioned a few product categories there, but this is something that fascinates me because I think there might be a misconception that it's just certain sectors that do really well. But are there sectors then or categories that are growing more rapidly, or actually is this something that any brand from any kind of industry can jump on board and do?
It's a very good question because obviously, based on the content you can engage in on our app, naturally beauty and fashion does very well. At the moment, we're selling, I believe, one beauty product every second. By the end of this conversation, there'll be lots of parcels bringing joy, hopefully before weekend for our customers. So beauty and fashion in terms of the content is quite natural, but we are seeing really lots of success probably across all our categories and subcategories. Such as FMCG, so wellness, health and wellness products are doing phenomenally. We are really focusing in bringing more fresh food products. We just announced that Christmas turkeys will be available on TikTok
No
Shop.
way!
So make sure you line up and get all the Christmas turkey bookings in time for the festive period. Definitely categories varies. We also recently launched collectibles as a separate category because we're seeing lots of demand and lots of early success there. But across different subcategories, jokingly, Christmas trees will be also available on TikTok Shop pre-festive period. So it really varies. In fact, in 2025, so this year we had an increase of product supply over 455%. And that comes really from our existing sellers, and they're constantly updating their product catalogs and launching new products, but as well as from new sellers or new brands coming in onboarding. So really big growth in terms of product supply, which for e-commerce or marketplace business is really important. So we're quite proud about that. So to answer your question, no in the sense that just one or different category performs. It's really, we had a phenomenal success with electronics. Remington recently did their branding, and it was a phenomenal success. So it's really spread, I would say, across very evenly.
Fantastic. It literally is a one-stop shop now, which again just
Mm.
has me absolutely buzzing because I just think it really does. It is that perfect place for the consumer to come and look and find and explore, which is magical. This is what retail's about, Nora. It's incredible. But the other thing, and then I wanted to talk to you about, is almost the other side of it. But again, it's building this emotional connection. TikTok Shop is playing a massive role in nurturing a new generation of full-time creators. So, what does that look like? What does the journey look like? How does it signal for both the future, do you think, of retail, but also for those creators in that economy?
It's a very interesting question because I believe TikTok Shop, and you rightly mentioned, is shaping creator economy in quite a different way, if you will. And it's really probably the best way to think about it is your TikTok Shop affiliate creator is like a sales person if you have a store. So the one which recommends, which gives an opinion, etc. And I think, to be honest, this is the best way to think about it if you're a business. It's your extended sales team, essentially. If you were to have a store, that is a person you would probably employ and invest into. In some actually categories, in fact, sales or revenue coming from affiliate can be way over 50%. So it's very important collaboration with creators or affiliate creators on TikTok Shop, as well as a sampling program and thinking about the right amount of samples, what would be the sample strategy, and so on and so forth. Because it has proven that for some brands, businesses, and sellers, it really is the key revenue driver. And it probably also works quite differently in a sense of remuneration, because essentially they get remunerated as an affiliate, so percentage of sales made. So they are very much incentivized and interested to build trust with their audiences, with their community, by providing product reviews and recommendations which are authentic and honest. So I think it's a very different approach to say creators or influencers, if you will. I think it's the evolution from influencer marketing. And really, you need to see this as your business partners and sales and extended sales team and sales assistants when you work with them.
Do you know what? I love the fact you've likened it to if you're going into a store and you have really strong sales associates, because that's who they are. You're building that emotional connection again. It's coming back to trust. I think it's bringing the best of physical retail to your mobile phone, like to your home.
Yeah.
It's there with you all the time. And as you
And we
said, if the trust
also,
is there, it's brilliant.
exactly. And we also, just on the trust element, I was just going to say, we know that 71 and 75% of our consumers trust the creator content more than the content coming from the brand itself, and then engage in some sort of a purchasing activity out of that, followed by the content done by the creators. So the trust element actually is really high. And probably, again, it's because of this evolution of creator collaborations, which TikTok Shop presents.
And it's doing so well. But look, the one thing I have to talk about, because this excites me more than anything,
Tell
live
me.
shopping. Oh my goodness, live shopping has emerged as such a distinctive strength for TikTok Shop. How does it work? This is me saying that quite naively. And why do you think it's resonating so powerfully right now with both brands and consumers? So tell me all about it.
A lot of excitement. I'm quite excited about this topic myself. Yes, wow. What an amazing opportunity, right? To enter into a live room and probably connect directly to the business founder or brand founder, which you've been admiring for, say, years and years. It presents really a phenomenal experience. A lot to say on this topic, I think. We've seen since last year that daily live sessions increased 71% on our platform. So it's a huge number, and we don't see it stopping at all. So it's definitely gonna continue evolving and continue growing, and I absolutely love that. At the moment, on average, I would say we have around 6,000 daily live sessions happening every single day. And you can see that when you engage with our content and scroll for you, you would often see many businesses and creators going live. Again, for some categories, it's incredibly important part of revenue. And some categories, some products over-index on revenue coming from lives. Think about fashion, where you actually can demonstrate a clothes in real setting, different color, different size, talk about sizing, etc. It's a great opportunities. It's like being in store and having the conversation with shop assistant. What also is fascinating is that we just broke another record.
Another one.
Yes, another record. We were proudly record holders in the UK last year, and this year, Paige, a female entrepreneur, a founder of P. Louise makeup brands, she broke her own record just last month, end of last month, and generated $2.7 million, American dollars, in 12 hours, which is phenomenal.
Oh my
And she
goodness.
really could be taken, I would say, as a master of lives. And it really, when you go into her lives rooms, it's like a phenomenal entertainment show. So I think at the beginning, it requires understanding the audiences, really trialing different times, durations, product propositions, presenters, and so on and so forth. So the beginning, there needs to be some work done to make sure that also the platform understands and learns what kind of products you're selling, how often do you do lives, which audience your lives should be presented and served with, etc. So at the beginning, it's just all about experimentation and trial, etc. And then slowly equipping yourself with probably more frequent lives, longer lives from different locations and studios, which might require our agency partner support and so on. So it's never from 0 to 12 hours. It's a gradual journey. But I think this new way of shopping is becoming way more common, not only across our platform, but overall in our market. So everyone has heard or seen a little bit of it, or even bought something from it. But it's also an incredible way to immerse into the experience, interact between businesses and consumers, and also help build community, because we see that repurchase from people who come back into the live rooms, etc., is much higher. So it's all about the opportunity to build community, dialogue, conversation, feedback with your people, with your brand fans, which is phenomenal.
It is. And you know what I feel? And I love the way you talked about that. It is the best and the only way nowadays to build a brand. Bring those consumers or those potential shoppers with you. Show them who you really are as a brand. Explain the product. Show them you care. And again, we're coming back to this connection you have to have with them. And the platform is the most incredible way to do it. So I'm excited by Lives. I just think it's an amazing opportunity for, as you said before, a massive brand or a tiny brand to really get to know their people and these consumers to get to know them, which is just amazing in this day and age. Level playing field. It's just fabulous. And actually on that then, because we're coming into, and I'm not allowed to say the word Christmas, we're coming into the golden quarter now, which I'm presuming you guys are setting yourselves up for a whopping time. What are the opportunities, do you think, Nora? What are the challenges that are lying ahead now over the next couple of months as we roll towards the 25th of December?
As I mentioned, Christmas turkeys, Christmas trees,
This is
and
amazing.
Labubus for gifting.
You have some?
And
Wow.
Labubus for gifting. We are absolutely getting ready for a phenomenal festive period and festive season. It's going to be very busy. Before that, obviously, we have Black Friday. We had phenomenal results last year on Black Friday across business. And we had 131% of consumers coming back and shopping with us last Black Friday. And this year, during our summer sales in June, we already broke the last year's Black Friday record. So we assume and we hope
And you will.
that the consumers will show their love and trust for our platform and will come back this year as well. We're going to introduce some super lives, which will be quite an exciting opportunity, as you rightly mentioned, to come and shop and prep for your Christmas gifting season. Lots of, obviously, across our category, lots of festive related products, bundles, etc. We already actually are seeing phenomenal success within beauty category on advent calendars.
Yes, they're everywhere. It's amazing.
Which started end of, I would say, probably August, as early as that. Oh my God, never seen before. And September is a very strong month for beauty advent calendars. It's going to be, I think, very busy period, but very exciting. We're trying to introduce a few Christmas-related products, gifting, super lives. So embrace.
Oh my goodness. So you've got the entertainment factor, you've got the gifting factor. It's everything you need at this time of year. And again, it's that kind of crazy buzz. It's be there or kind of miss out, I feel. That's what I really love about TikTok Shop is it's all consuming, but in such a fantastic way for both you as a consumer, for the brands as well. But look, we could talk all day, and I'm definitely going to have you back next year to hear about these records that no doubt will be broken around Black Friday and the run up to Christmas season, because you keep breaking those records. You're phenomenal brands that keep breaking records as well. But look, I suppose then, final question, what's coming up? We get through Black Friday. My goodness, it'll be mental. We'll get through that run up to Christmas. What's next for you, for the brand, for the team?
Continuing to grow and scale, we obviously, as a business, as you're well aware, we recently launched across several markets in Europe and Japan and Brazil and Mexico. So it's a really exciting, I would say, period for the business. Bringing this proposition to continental Europe has been really fascinating. So we are just hoping, buckling up and for the journey, and really continuing to raising the flag about this new and educating our market, our consumers, our sellers, and helping them and supporting them on adopting this new way of shopping.
Fantastic. Watch this space, everyone. This won't be the last time you hear from Nora because I've no doubt you'll be back. And actually, you mentioned there's an incredible amount of resources. Yous are so good at sharing insights, trends, what's going on. And I love that because it's really beneficial for anyone looking to get onto the platform as well, which is amazing. But look, if you've enjoyed today's podcast episode, please do. This is so important this week. Please do and share it from any of the podcast platforms because I know there are so many brands and retailers listening who are so interested and who want to jump on board. Go and do it. It's an amazing platform. Tag me, Melissa Moore, and the Retail Tea Break podcast. You can obviously listen back to previous seasons on your favorite podcast platform. While you're there, hit that follow button, please, so that you get to listen first every week. You can, of course, watch us over on YouTube and subscribe to the Retail Tea Break there. So go and check out TikTok Shop for yourself. You can obviously follow TikTok Shop on LinkedIn, and I only say that because I know lots of listeners are over on the LinkedIn platform. There's amazing content there that I've learned so much from as well. Nora, it's been a pleasure today. We're definitely going to have you back. Looking forward to Golden Quarter and Black Friday. And I'm off to go and order my turkey.
Thank you, Melissa. All the best.
Thank you again to RevLifter for sponsoring today's episode. Remember, RevLifter help e-commerce businesses use smarter promotions and turns more visitors into customers without killing profits. Head to www.revlifter.com and try intelligent offers free for the next 90 days.